Grandpa's neck emitted a puff of smoke before fully recovering, leaving Trudia in astonishment. He clenched his fist, demanding the bandit's response. Curious if the bandit was mute, Grandpa questioned him again. The orange-banged bandit remained silent but pulled a black orb from his pocket, causing it to crack and release smoke. Although Grandpa wondered if it was poisonous, he dismissed the idea. As the smoke cleared, the bandit vanished. Trudia sheathed her sword, observing Grandpa, who showed no signs of the previous wound. Suddenly, Grandpa gazed at Trudia, contemplating the striking resemblance between her and a girl named Stella. Confused, Trudia teasingly told Grandpa that she thought his head had been cut off. Grandpa, lost in thought, remained unresponsive. About to ask another question, Trudia was interrupted as Grandpa seemed uninterested. Frustrated, she questioned why he was ignoring her, recalling how he scolded a bandit for the same behavior. Ignoring her, Grandpa sat on the ground. Trudia persisted with questions, but he remained focused on the sky. Asking what he was looking at, Grandpa mentioned a shooting star and explained he was waiting for another one. Trudia, noting it was daytime, dismissed the possibility. Grandpa thinks she's annoying. You weren't thinking how annoying I am, were you? Asked Trudia, which caught Grandpa off guard. Worried about danger, she urged him to come with her, but he resisted. Annoyed, she told him to stop acting like a child and grabbed his hand, insisting he follow her. When asked about the shooting star, Grandpa noticed similarities between Trudia and a girl from his memory, acknowledging subtle differences. Why did you try to save me? Grandpa asked. Trudia explained that even though she was expelled, she was still a former knight in training. And what other reason do I need to save someone in need? Said Trudia. And walk on your own, Grandpa, she added. But it's a pain, Grandpa thought to himself. You weren't thinking it was a pain, were you? Asked Trudia. So what did you want to ask me? Said Grandpa while removing Trudia's grip on his hand. Trudia was surprised by the sudden change of Grandpa's behavior. Well, before, your head was cut off, right? Trudia asked. So, said Grandpa. Trudia asked why he's still alive, that he should have died instantly. You saw for yourself, didn't you? Said Grandpa. I'm asking because I can't understand. Was it an illusion? Trudia said. Grandpa stated that he came back to life and that it was not an illusion. Trudia was surprised and asked Grandpa if he was a dragon. Grandpa asked if she believed that dragon exists. Trudia was embarrassed and said that she was only joking, that there's no way dragon really exist. They do exist, said Grandpa. Trudia was surprised by what Grandpa said. Dragons do exist, said Grandpa. Trudia wonders what he was talking about. Grandpa, are you actually a Her words were cut off by Grandpa, stating that he is not a dragon, but he has raised one before. Trudia, who is somewhat nervous, wonders what Grandpa is talking about. Grandpa continued to talk in the background, stating that dragons is not that different from humans, that dragons just live a little longer than humans, and that dragons still get hurt and dies in the end. Trudia wonders if Grandpa is saying this, things about dragon to avoid telling her the truth. Trudia thinks it's a little rude, and Grandpa could have just said he didn't want to talk about it. Grandpa was still talking about dragons when Trudia cut him off. She said that Grandpa will be safe once he's inside those walls. Trudia said that he was in a rush, so she will be going. Grandpa thought to himself that he got too excited. Grandpa wonders why he is getting excited now after decades of inactivity. Grandpa watched Trudia as she walked away. She thought about Stella, but dismisses the thought. They just look a little similar. Grandpa thought to himself. Meanwhile, Trudia stopped in her tracks and suddenly fall to her knees while spitting blood from his mouth. Grandpa dashes to grab her before she fall to the ground. Grandpa pondered about the cause. Hesitant at first, he remembered Trudia's words about needing no reason to help. Right, I don't need a reason, Grandpa affirmed, deciding to assist despite the uncertainty.